In this video, we are starting with another topic of class 7, chapter 2, Rise of New Kingdoms. And the topic is South India. If we talk about South India, the three important kingdoms were dominated in South during this time. The three important kingdoms were the Pallavas, the Pandyas, and the Cholas. Okay, and the cholas were dominated by under cholas, who were the rulers Raja Chola and his son Rajendra Chola. So first we'll talk about the Pallavas. The Pallavas had become extremely powerful during the 7th and 8th century. 7th and 8th century, they had their capital at Kanchi. They built many beautiful temples out of stones, and the Pallavas were defeated by the Cholas in the 9th century, and their rule came to an end. Now we talk about the Pandyas. The Pandyas had established their capital around Madurai and were a force to reckon with. Details about their reign is given in the accounts of Marco Polo, and the kingdom declined towards the 14th century. So 14th century towards it, the kingdom declined. Now the Cholas. The Chola dynasty was a strong empire in South India and between 800 to 1200 AD. The rulers of the dynasty were also known as the Imperial Cholas. Why Imperial Cholas? Because of the powerful empire which they established in South India. So Chola Empire was a powerful empire. They ruled in South India for nearly 4 centuries. Their capital was Tanjore, now called Tanjavur. Vijayalaya founded the Chola dynasty, and he built the town of Tanjavur, a beautiful city of temples. He also built a temple of goddess Nishumbhasudhini. Now we talk about the first ruler of the Chola dynasty. He is Raja Chola. He was a Raja Chola whose reign was from 985 AD to 1016 AD. He was the greatest Chola king, and he was a brilliant commander also. He also called he was also called Raja first. He inherited a small kingdom from his ancestors, but he developed it in a few years only. He developed it into a big empire. The kingdom was gifted with rich resources. A good administrator that he was, he transformed and reorganized the administration of the empire. He controlled the trade with the Arabs on the western coast. Raja defeated the Cheras at Tiruvananthapuram. He controlled the Malabar coast by defeating the Pandyas of Madurai. He also controlled the Chola Mandalam coast. So Raja first realized the need of a strong navy and therefore built a strong one. His navy was the best in the region at that time, and he also occupied Sri Lanka's northern parts. He also defeated the Chalukyas in the Deccan. He sent his naval forces to conquer the Maldives island successfully. So the beautiful temple of Brihadeshwara in Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu was constructed by him. Now we talk about Rajendra Chola. Rajendra Chola was the son of Raja Chola. So after the death of Raja first, his son Rajendra Chola occupied the throne. He continued with the policy of conquest, and the empire became more powerful in the period of Rajendra Chola. He completed the conquest of Sri Lanka that his father uh, had started, and his army defeated the Cheras and the Chalukyas, and then marched towards northeast, and then marched now modern day West Bengal, where he defeated the Palas. His army even reached Myanmar. People regarded Rajendra Chola as Gangai Konda Cholapuram. Now, what is Gangai-Konda Cholapuram means? This is Gangai-Konda Cholapuram. Who was regarded as Gangai-Konda Cholapuram? Rajendra Chola. Who was Rajendra Chola? Son of Raja Raja Chola. So, what is Gangai? Why he was regarded as Gangai-Konda Cholapuram? So, Gangai-Konda Cholapuram is a word which is made up of 4 words. These 4 words are Gangai, Konda, Chola, Puram, which is read backwards, where Chola means city. Puram means city, Chola means the Chola Empire, Konda means broad, and Gangai means Ganga, which is read backwards as the city of Cholas, which was broad the river, from where was broad the river Ganga. So the word Gangai Konda Cholapuram, it is believed that Rajendra Chola filled the entire temple tank with the river which was brought from the river Ganga. Rajendra Chola had laid the foundation of a new city, Gangai-Konda Cholapuram, and a special coronation ceremony was held to celebrate and honor his victory. Rajendra Chola's most adventurous campaign was in Southeast Asia. For trade, Indian ships had to travel through the Straits of Molucca, which was under the control of the kingdom of Srivijaya. What I want to say that the successors of Rajendra Chola continued to fight against the neighboring countries. But as it always happens, continuous wars need resources and wealth to carry on. The huge expenses on wars affected the Chola treasury adversely, and this weakened the Chola Empire. Towards the end of the 13th century, the Chola Empire declined. Now, if we talk about Chola trade, so if we talk about the trade of the Cholas, as Chola Empire was a big one, so the traders during the Chola period dominated trade. So there were 2 chief ports, Kaveri Pattinam and Nagapattinam. Merchants arrived there from Southeast Asia and China. Evidence proves that even Yavanas were the Greeks, visited the city in order to trade. The trade guilds were established over there. What are the trade guilds? Trade guilds are the group of the traders or the association of the traders. The profits from trade were used for the development for agriculture, and Cholas carried on trade with China also.